Hi everyone, happy Friday Money Wind Up. Thought we could talk today about the fastest way to go from renting to owning. Since we're coming into winter, it's not the major selling season or buying season, so let's look at it. Let's be honest, renting can start to feel like you're paying off someone else's dream. I talk to people every week who assume buying a home is years away, when in reality, they're often much closer than they think. So if you're sitting there wondering, how do I actually make the jump? Here's the straight up, no fluff plan I walk clients through to go from renting to owning as quickly and safely as possible. So step one is get clear on what you can borrow, not what you think you can borrow. Most people either wildly underestimate or dangerously overestimate what they can afford. Before anything else, you need a borrowing capacity check. This isn't just about income, it includes your spending habits, existing debts like credit cards or car loans or afterpay, even your HECS debt, your deposit size and your job stability. So this is where a broker actually earns their keep. We run the numbers properly across multiple lenders, not just one, to check the bank's calculators. So your borrowing power is just your starting line though, not your finish line. Step two is nail your deposit strategy. It's not always 20%. In fact, it's rarely 20%. Here's one of the biggest myths I hear. I need a 20% deposit before I can even think about buying. Not true. Not true at all. Depending on your situation, you may be able to buy with 5% deposit, sometimes even less with certain schemes. Government support programs, first home guarantees or grants, family guarantees. There are options where you can use equity instead of cash. Now, yes, a smaller deposit can mean extra costs like lender's mortgage insurance, but waiting years to save 20% can cost you more if property prices keep rising. Smartest move is comparing the cost of waiting to versus buying sooner. So step three is to clean up your financial position. Quick wins matter. If you want speed, this step's non-negotiable. Small changes here can dramatically improve your borrowing power and your approval chances. Focus on paying down credit card limits, not just balances. Close any unused accounts. A lot of the Afterpay and Zip Pay, they still sit on your credit report. Get rid of them. Avoid big purchases before applying and keep your spending consistent. Lenders do look, unfortunately. So I've seen clients increase their borrowing capacity by tens of thousands just by tightening this up for a few months. Perfect time to do it. We're going into winter. Got at least 3 months to start looking at that and moving it, ready to buy in September. Step 4 is get your pre-approval. This is your green light. Pre-approval isn't just a box to tick. It's your buying power in writing. It tells you your realistic price range, what lenders are willing to back you for, and then you're taken seriously by the real estate agents when you're out there. Without it, you're guessing. With it, you're ready to move quickly when the right property comes up, and we all want to be ready to move. Step 5, be strategic with your property search. This is where a lot of first home buyers lose time. They look at properties outside their budget, way outside their budget. They wait for the perfect home. They hesitate when a good opportunity appears. The fastest path to ownership isn't perfection, it's smart compromise. Ask yourself, does it get me into the market? Can I live in it or rent it out later? Will it grow in value over time? Your first property doesn't have to be your forever home. Step 6, move quickly but not blindly. Once you've found the right place, speed matters. Have your team ready, your broker, your conveyancer, your building and pest inspector. Delays can cost you in a competitive market, but speed doesn't mean recklessness. Always do your due diligence. Step 7 is lock in your loan the right way. Not all home loans are created equal. This is where most people unknowingly lose money long term. You need to look at interest rates, obviously, fees and features, offset accounts, flexibility if your situation changes. The goal isn't just approval, it's setting yourself up financially for the next 5 to 10 years. Step 8, settlement. And then the real game begins. Getting the keys is just the beginning. From here, smart owners review their loan regularly, build equity faster, position themselves for their next purchase. This is how renters become investors and how one property turns into long-term wealth. So, final thought, speed comes from clarity, not rushing. Fastest way to go from renting to owning isn't about cutting corners. It's about knowing your numbers, having the right strategy, and taking action when you're ready. I've seen people make the jump in a matter of months, not years, once they had a clear plan. If you're even slightly curious about where you stand, it's worth having that conversation because chances are you're closer than you think. Have a great weekend, everyone. Happy Friday Money Wind Up.